It's 2024. I'm sweating, huffing and puffing in the gym when all of a sudden, get this, from the corner of my eye, something catches my gaze. And it was probably one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen just walk into the gym. I only ended up getting a very small glimpse of her, but from what I did see, she was unbelievably just fit, like the proper gym girl physique, big bum, big thighs, small waist. You couldn't miss it. Trust me, even if you tried to miss it, you couldn't. And dude, I thought she was so out of my league that I froze before even thinking about saying anything. She just walked straight past me and I'm frozen. Dead still. And as she kind of just walks away, right, I'm just sitting there for a second and immediately, I'm sure a lot of guys watching this can relate to what I'm about to say, but truthfully, this is what happened. In my mind, I started to pedestalize her. I started to put her above myself. I thought I would never be able to actually speak to this girl, let alone ever attract her. But here's the problem. I wanted to. And so after that workout ended, I kind of just walked back to my car and sat inside for a lot longer than I usually would in deep thought. And dude, I ended up getting hit with a very deep sense of loneliness. And I'm just thinking, growing up, I didn't get the most female attention. I was the quiet introvert. I genuinely thought I was an ugly individual who wasn't capable of speaking to many women. And so, me seeing this really attractive girl, and just the pure fact that this girl made me feel intimidated by her presence, just gave me this sense of, will I ever be able to actually attract my dream girl if I'm like this? And so in that car ride back home, bro, I really wanted to actually prove to myself that I can at least go and speak to this girl. I don't have to attract her, but I can at least go and speak to her, even if she is leagues way better than me. I told myself I will do it. And so the next day happens, and I went to the gym at the exact same time because I wanted to see this girl again. And I end up seeing her on one of the machines. And so there's like a huge row of machines, and she's like in the middle of there, and I'm trying to make my way through without seeming awkward. And so she's literally right in front of me. All I have to say is hi, and then bro, instantly I just get hit with the, oh shit. Dude, I actually need to actually say something. This is actually real. I need to say something to this girl right now, right? It's actually happening. And so I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I'm literally fumbling in my own head right now, right? I realized I really just couldn't. I couldn't. Words would not come out of my mouth. It felt like there was a knot in my stomach. Anytime I even tried to come closer, it was bad. I fumbled so badly. And then I ended up taking a U-turn and pretending like I was there for another machine. I pussied out, get this, not once, not twice, but weeks and weeks and weeks would go past of me not saying a single word to this girl. I was seriously just procrastinating this. Because at this point I had built such an unrealistic image, a perfect image of this girl in my head, which made it so much more harder for me to actually say something. Because I thought she was unreachable. And honestly, bro, at one point I seriously just gave up. I gave up on trying to speak to this girl because I convinced my own brain that I wasn't good enough, that she was too good for me. And you know what? I was actually coming to terms with that. It was okay. Honestly, it was really foolish of me to even think that me, of all people, could even think about talking to a girl like that. Who did I think I really was, These hopes that I had of potentially one day attracting my dream girl. The girl that I think is perfect in my own eyes it's not anytime soon. In fact, maybe never. And I slowly just try to force my brain to just completely forget about her. Until one day, something would happen with her that you wouldn't even believe. Hey, just a quick pause, but if you are enjoying this story, I would seriously appreciate it so much if you did subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out so much, you have no idea. Love you guys, and I'll let you get back to this story. A few more weeks later would pass. I was working out this one evening and I ended up dropping a heavy 30-kilo dumbbell on my hand. There was blood gushing everywhere and I needed a plaster badly, and all of a sudden there's this massive crowd of my friends, of random people asking me if I'm okay, just literally surrounding me, right? Because you know when you get injured, then people just surround you like it's nothing, because it's like, oh my gosh, like I got injured. But I'm in so much pain right now, right? But get this, something happens that completely nullifies this pain that I'm feeling. Can you guess what it is? I see the girl, the same girl, on the squat rack. Maybe she's like half the gym away from me, right? But in that exact moment, she wasn't doing squats. Can you guess what she was doing? She was looking straight at me, concerned, in a worried face, wondering what was going on, right? And as soon as I caught her eye, it just felt like I got a sudden resurgence of that same feeling I was feeling before, that same spark. It came back. And in my head, this was the perfect opportunity to say something. If it wasn't now, I will never speak to this girl. This was my chance. And so immediately I told everybody around me, guys, I'm fine. There's no need to worry about me. I'm good, right? Put the plaster on my hand, crowd dispersed. Right. I took a deep breath and I commanded my legs to just walk towards the girl. I didn't know what I was going to say. There was nothing in my head in that moment. But screw it. Fuck it. I'm just going to walk up and say something. And guess what? Some words actually ended up coming out my mouth. Oh, yeah, this injury. Oh my God, it's crazy, right? And she was like, oh my God, yeah, what happened? Right? And then we started having a conversation. I'm like, bro. And in my head, this is just a total celebration. After weeks, like a month of procrastination, I am finally talking with the girl. Let's fucking go. And slowly, we were just talking about my injury real quick. It's not too bad and stuff. By the way, what workout are you doing? Oh, you're doing that? And it started moving on to other topics as well. We started talking about, our gym workouts, our diets, just general life topics, right? And about 5 whole minutes of us chatting, by the way. This wasn't some like hi-bye type of shit. We were chatting for a hot minute. Well, when all of a sudden, right, get this. In that moment of me speaking to her, I get a very odd feeling come up. A very odd sensation, right? Something that I've never experienced before. It wasn't love. It wasn't even attraction. I didn't know what it was. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something had gone seriously wrong. And I ended up leaving that pretty good conversation without even asking for her Instagram or her number or anything of that sort, even though that was my original desires and my original plan. And I remember sitting in my room that same exact night, just thinking and ruminating on this conversation, this interaction that me and this girl had. And it just hit me, bro. This entire time of me procrastinating, getting this harsh sense of anxiety every time she was near me, pedestalizing her, was all just complete bullshit made up by my own brain. She wasn't as attractive as my mind made her up to be. Nothing against her, right? But all the attraction that I had towards this girl, the infatuation, it all disappeared. It dispersed as soon as I stopped treating her like a creature and actually went up and spoke to her like a human. And it's because I only caught slight glimpses of this girl before. I never knew what she looked like up close. I didn't know what she sounded like. I didn't know what she was even like. Yeah, I didn't know. And so this whole time, my mind filled these mystery traits, her character, with perfection that isn't even realistic. Yeah, and this is when your mind starts pedestalizing these people. As soon as you make contact, you realize just how unbelievably you were for being so anxious this entire time. It's like all that anxiety just vanishes, because chances are you're making them a lot more attractive than they really are. Nothing against them, maybe they are attractive, but I can guarantee you are overvaluing these people. And most importantly, you are making yourself a lot uglier than you really are. You're not ugly. You're really not. You just really need to just try more.